We'd like to introduce you to Tom Cutinella, young athlete described as a boy with character and courage, a standout kid, soon to be president of his high school class. This is DeMario Harris, another high school football player, just days away from his 18th birthday. Those who knew DeMario describe him as wise and inspirational, slow to anger and quick to forgive. This is Isaiah Langston, a high school linebacker, also described as a standout kid, full of life. He had dreams of becoming an artist and wanted to attend art school after graduation. Sadly, that's never going to happen.
In fact, none of these players will see their dreams come true. All three of these young men's lives were cut short within 1 week of each other after taking the football field. All of them had either recently collided with another player or, in Isaiah's case, had gone through team warm-ups and was getting ready for a game.
It seems like we have been hearing a lot recently about students who just collapse and then efforts to bring them back are unsuccessful.
But it's not just on the football field. One student recently collapsed during school, but his parents credit the school staff and an emergency defibrillator for saving him.
I found him lying face down. He was still breathing at that point, but very struggling with his breath.
Tricia Wiegerink was right there when her 6th grader Brandon Wright collapsed in the hallway, fighting for his life. That's when staff sprung into action, reviving the boy with help from an emergency defibrillator.
Having that training, that now not only do we have the equipment, but we know how to use it. That's what made it possible.
School staff say for the small cost of $1,500, an 11-year-old boy now has a chance to enjoy the rest of his life.
It's a remarkable story, and it really drives the point home. It doesn't matter how old or young you are, your heart can stop beating any second.
Yeah, the condition is called sudden cardiac arrest. The Heart Rhythm Society reports more than 350,000 people die each year from sudden cardiac arrest. That's one life every 2 minutes. The society reports sudden cardiac arrest kills more people every year than breast cancer, lung cancer, or AIDS.
So, what can you do to protect yourself or even save someone else's life? Well, joining us today to tell us more about sudden cardiac arrest is Dr. Stephen Keim, who's a cardiologist and director of the Electrophysiology Lab at Peninsula Regional Medical Center. Thank you for coming in today.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, so how is sudden cardiac arrest different than a heart attack?
Well, I know every time you talk to a cardiologist, there's always this sense of time urgency and immediacy, but there is quite a difference between a heart attack and sudden cardiac arrest. A heart attack is a blocked artery of blood going to the heart. The symptoms develop over a period of time, much like it takes minutes to longer to eat this orange and peel this orange. Symptoms of a heart attack last for minutes. Permanent damage doesn't start for 30 minutes or 60 minutes. Still important to get to the hospital quickly for treatment and all that because there are time constraints. Like this apple that's ready to eat now, okay, sudden cardiac arrest is an immediate, catastrophic, sudden onset, unexpected collapse of the patient and stoppage of all blood to every part of the body. So not just blood flow to the heart, blood flow to the brain, blood flow to the kidneys, and permanent irreparable damage starts on the order of 6 minutes. So treatment has to be started immediately, has to be on site. There's no time to drive to the hospital. So awareness and anticipation is really part of the fundamental treatment of this problem.
So who's at risk?
Well, the people in our society who continue to be at the risk are people who have previously had a myocardial infarction or a heart attack. And that's where part of the confusion comes about, because it's still the people most at risk are people who have previously had a heart attack.
Let's say I'm looking at you. Is there some way I can know if you're going through a sudden cardiac arrest? Is there something to look for?
Well,